G'day guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the final episode of Ones for the Future save. Let's jump right into it. I'll say welcome back guys, welcome back. This is going to be the final episode of the Ones for the Future save with Schalke. If you guys have watched the other videos on the Journeyman series, it's explained on that, but I'll explain it on this one as well. Football Manager 24 is just around the corner. It's coming out in a couple of weeks. The beta hopefully will be available very, very soon. So I'm going to finish off this series as I have done with my Journeyman series as well. So I can fully concentrate on the content for Football Manager 24. I've got a couple of ideas that I'm going to be starting off with. One of them I've already posted up on my social media, on my Twitter, which I will leave. I keep on forgetting to do it. I keep on forgetting to leave links into my social media on the videos, so I will do that. I'll make sure that gets done. But as I said on the previous episode of this one as well, this season, I think I can quite confidently say that using the Ones for the Future save, I've saved Schalke. The target was obviously to get them out of financial trouble, get the club stable again, using only players 21 and under, and I'd say that's been pretty successful. The only thing I want to do now is really win something. I want to win a trophy, so that's the target for this season. So we'll have a look at it anyway. Financially wise, again, start of the season financially, 266 million in credit. When you think back to the first episode, we were nearly 250 million in debt. That is almost a 500 million pound swing in the space of 8 seasons. That's not bad at all. I've got no net debt left. I've only got 7.5 million in transfer debt. And I still had a massive transfer budget. I've spent it, but I had a massive transfer budget again. The only downside, which was really, and I'll show you in a second, on the transfer side of things, was the whole transfer revenue. Now, for the last 8 seasons, including this one, any player that I've sold, only 10% of that value would go back into my transfer budget. 90% would go back into the club. Hence the reason why this overall balance here is so large, because they just didn't want to spend it. So I went to the board. I said, look, can you make a bit more of this available? Yeah, no problem. 25%. I guess they're just being really, really cautious considering how much debt the club has been in. I can understand that. But come on, the AI needs to give me a bit more money. But saying that, transfer-wise, I've still managed to do a lot of business. So I don't think... No, I didn't sell anybody of any note, didn't bring anybody in, but this time round you'll see the valuation there, 146 million pound of players out, and sadly the top player of that was Sahim. That one successful season, 33 goals I think it was, that he scored, just put him on every single big club's radar. And it was Milan, surprisingly. I was expecting like sort of Chelsea or somebody to come in, but it was actually AC Milan that came in for him, with an 88 million pound bid. But that could go up to 110 with all the add-ons. He's gone on to a 300 grand a week contract. He's now valued at 250 million. It's ridiculous, but what can you do? That's kind of what part of the game, that's what the game was about at the end of the day, bringing in the youngsters, making a massive profit on them. The same for the likes of Sucic and Berith. Okay, players with me from the start, but they weren't getting much game time, so I moved them on. A couple of other youngsters went out on permanent because they just weren't getting the game time. Neumayer, Calderon went eventually, almost 30 million to Spurs. Neumayer went to Udinese because he was getting worried about his international reputation. Alright. A couple of players for Freiburg. So all in all, 146 million in. 146 million pound recouped, 130 million almost spent. So, not been shy. Start at the bottom. Augustin Jimenez, another left back. The reason I had to bring him in was not just because I wanted a left back to challenge Majagic and Becker, but also because of this guy, another player from Liverpool. Saw him went out, I was like, right, I need a striker, I need a young striker who's up and coming, who's going to be big. And this guy came up, and I was like, okay. He moved to Liverpool, played 4 games for him, all in all, 5, yeah. Banged in 46 goals in the reserves. I was looking at him, I was like, okay. And then I think he was on the transfer list. He wanted to go. So 44 million, I was like, yeah, definitely. Look at that for a 19-year-old. I was not arguing with that. But one of his stipulations was that he wanted to bring a player in to help him settle. So I went and got this guy. Brought in another couple of centre-backs as well. Because... where is he? Zhao went, Felipe went, and Calderon went, so I had to bring in a couple of centre-backs. So I got Corbin in, Bouchert, another young centre-back. We'll keep things ticking along nicely. 33 million on this guy from Leipzig, Luke Reiter, who's got a lot of talent there. I think could keep progressing pretty well. But also a couple of more wingers, because even though I've got a good spine of the team now in the centre-back, centre midfield, it's all good. I was actually lacking a couple of wingers to back up Varela and Poirot. Bayrak I was having some issues with contractually, where he wanted to have more important standing in the squad, and I was refusing it. I'll show you that in a second. But I got this guy, Eddie Conrad Overy. Again, very talented 21-year-old. I'm trying to train him as an inside winger, inverted winger, to help back up that right-hand side. But then I found this guy. I was like, okay, perhaps I don't need to. Dominicus Reuter, Belgian, 21-year-old, who was at Brentford. And again, great talent. And it started off really well. 2 appearances off the bench, 1 start, 1 goal, 1 assist. Great average rating. So can't really complain at that either. As I was saying with the squad, if I got that rearranged, if I could find Bayrak. He is still wanted, but he is now signing a contract, so he will be staying, which I'm quite happy with. Speaking of the start of the season, really good start to the season as well. I was going to say Carabao Cup, but it's not, it's the Pokal. 4-0 win away, standard. Home win against Hertha Berlin, 3-1, which I think, yeah, Overy got a debut goal there as well. 2-2 draw against Wolfsburg, which I was quite happy with because we were 2-0 down, but Bayrak and Becker, of all people, came up with the equaliser. And then Bremen, who had a reasonably good start to the season as well, so it'll be a bit of a tough challenge. They went 1-0 up, but we ended up winning 3-1. Savini got his first goal, Reuter got his first goal as well, so it's all good. It's all good. It's looking pretty decent to the start of the season. Competitions-wise, obviously, we're back in the Champions League, so that's going to be tough. As I say, I want to win something. Is it realistic to push Bayern for the league this year? I think so, considering we're only 6 points behind them last year. But I think more realistically, the one trophy that we could get would be something in the knockout stages. Would either be the Champions League or the Pokal. You never know. You never know. Very optimistic for the Champions League. More hopeful for the Pokal. So, I'll simulate the season, and I'll see you guys in a few seconds to see what happens. And welcome back, guys. And there we have it. We finished 5th. I thought it was kind of optimistic to challenge Bayern, but we dropped off massively compared to last season. Looking at that, although saying that, we were up in the Champions League spots for quite a while, but we dropped down. Now, why that is, I do not know. We'll have a look at it in a second. We have a look at the league table in full, where Bayern absolutely creamed that one for this year. So we qualified for the Europa League because we dropped off massively, which is very disappointing, being the final season of this save. But I'm really hoping that we've won something. Please say we won something. Knocked out in the playoff round of the Champions League. And we won the Pokal! Yes! Whew. Feel a little bit better about that now. Winning the Pokal. Who did we beat? Freiburg. 5-2. Whew. Slovenia Pro. Oh, we were down to 10 men as well. Oh. That's tidy. Beat Werder Bremen. Freiburg knocked out Bayern. There you go. Sometimes you just need that little bit of luck. We also Augsburg. Third round. Mainz. We actually had a fairly easy run in the Pokal, all in all. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. Not happy with the league, but what can you do? Let's have a look at the squad, all in all. Average ratings wise, not too bad from those couple of players, but they only played a couple of games. Grabau is upset because he hasn't had his playing time. But Cervini, let's have a look at the goals. Bayrak, 15 from 14 starts. Assist wise from Varela, let me guess who's wanted. Newcastle, yeah. How much is he worth now? Wow, over 100 million. Poirot, wanted. Surprise, surprise. Chelsea, Milan, Juve. 125 million. Wow. Look at those. And to be fair, actually, he's fairly susceptible to injuries. And if you look at his medical report, injuries wise, haven't been too bad. It's all been like a couple of days here, a couple of days there. Nothing too serious. So that's okay. Rodrigo, surprise, wanted. How much is he worth now? What? Doesn't matter anyway. I think that's sort of, I've seen people pick up on that before, where the transfer values just aren't matching up to what the player is actually like, or how much his contract is worth and stuff like that. So, but all in all, it's good first season by Cervini. Really good. I'm surprised nobody wants him. He's worth 100 million. But 21 goals in 31 league games for a 19-year-old. That's really good. That's really good. So, there we have it. One final thing. Let's have a look at the finances. £121 million transfer budget. Probably not going to... I don't know. But financially wise, we only got £3.5 million left of transfer debt, which isn't bad at all. So when you look at it, job history wise, it's been very, very successful. And I think all in all, with the target that was set to save this club and get it re-established in the Bundesliga, I think that's been successful. Yes, okay, we only had one trophy from the Bundesliga 2 where we got promoted, and then we've only just won the Pokal, nothing else in between. But if you look at it overall, saving the club financially, stability-wise in the Bundesliga, and for the last, in the last 8 seasons, we've qualified for Europe 6 times in those 8 seasons. Whether it be Europa League or Champions League, that's definitely not unsuccessful. Not in my eyes, anyway. But thank you very much, guys, for watching this series. It's very much appreciated. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell or knock the bell notification icon. Ready for the next series, which will be FM24, hopefully very, very soon. And we will see what we can come up with there. I've got a couple of ideas already. A couple of different things going on. There is going to be a long haul series as well, which is going to be a continuation all the way through FM24 until FM25 comes out next year. And that will involve Tranmere Rovers. So for anybody who's watching who's a Tranmere fan or a lower league fan, I want to try and do a rescue job on that club. But more to come on that in the first video when the new game's released. But as I say, thank you very much for watching, guys. And I will see you guys in the next video. So, peace.